In the collective imagination of the grocery shopper, the pineapple is a modest fruit, rough, golden, perhaps weighing 3 or 4 pounds, topped with a crown of green leaves. It is a symbol of hospitality and tropical vacations. But in a specialized, biosecure agricultural zone near the equator, known within the industry as the Golden Belt, nature has been pushed to its absolute physiological limit. We are not looking at ordinary fruit here. Welcome to the home of the mega gold pineapple. This is a genetic giant, a variety selectively bred over decades not just for flavor, but for sheer, overwhelming mass. A standard supermarket pineapple tips the scales at perhaps 1.5 kilograms. The Mega Gold, however, is a biological leviathan. These fruits weigh between 8 to 12 kilograms. That is over 20 pounds of solid fruit. They are the size of beach balls or medicine balls. Their crowns stand 2 feet tall, looking like green explosions. To walk through these plantations is to walk through a forest of giants, a landscape that feels more like the Cretaceous period than a modern farm. The engineering required to grow such a fruit starts with the plant itself. The pineapple is a bromeliad. In nature, it grows on a relatively thin central stalk surrounded by long sword-like leaves. A normal pineapple plant would collapse instantly under the weight of a 20-pound Mega Gold. The stalk would snap, and the fruit would rot on the ground. To solve this, agricultural scientists have biofortified the plant structure. These superplants have stalks as thick as a human arm, reinforced with dense cellulose fibers that act like biological rebar. The root systems are engineered to go 3 times deeper than normal to anchor this top-heavy biological skyscraper against tropical winds. Harvesting this leviathan is a feat of human endurance and logistics that defies automation. While wheat and corn are harvested by combines, the pineapple resists the machine. The fields are dense and spiky. The leaves of the pineapple plant are serrated, lined with tiny razor-sharp teeth made of silica. They can slice through denim and skin like a saw blade. Therefore, the harvest crews look less like farmers and more like bomb disposal technicians. They wear heavy canvas pants, thick leather arm guards, double-layered gloves, and mesh face shields. The harvest is a test of brute strength. To pick a Mega Gold, the worker cannot just twist it off. They must approach the plant, wrap both arms around the massive fruit in a bear hug, and use a specific snapping motion to sever the thick woody peduncle, stalk. Lifting a 20-pound awkward object is hard enough. Doing it thousands of times a day in 100-degree tropical heat is Herculean. The workers place the giants gently onto a long conveyor boom that extends over the rows of the field. This boom, attached to a tractor, acts as a moving bridge, carrying the fruit to the waiting transport trucks. The handling must be gentle. Despite their tough-looking armor, pineapples are surprisingly fragile. A drop of just 2 feet can bruise the internal flesh, causing fermentation to start within hours. Once harvested, the biological clock begins to tick. Unlike bananas or avocados, which are picked green and ripened later with gas, the pineapple is a non-climacteric fruit. It does not store starch that converts to sugar after picking. If you pick a pineapple green, it stays green and sour forever. It must ripen on the plant. The sugar content, measured in degrees Brix, is locked in the moment the stem is cut. These Mega Golds are harvested at peak sugar, meaning they are incredibly perishable. They must be processed within 24 hours. The transport trucks, looking like dump trucks carrying gold boulders, arrive at the mega factory. They back up to the water dumping station. Because the mega gold is so dense and heavy, dumping them onto a hard surface would shatter them. Instead, they are dumped into a massive, flowing canal of water. The water acts as a shock absorber. The pineapples sink to the bottom and tumble along the current. High-pressure jets blast them as they roll, removing the stubborn field mud, mealybugs, and loose scales from the rough skin. They travel up a cleated conveyor belt, ascending into the factory proper, a gleaming cathedral of stainless steel and deafening noise. Here, they meet the most famous and important invention in the history of the fruit industry, the Ginaca machine. Before 1911, canning pineapple was a slow, messy, and wasteful nightmare. It was done by hand. Then, Henry Ginaca, a young draftsman hired by James Dole, invented a machine that could peel and core a pineapple in 1 second. It revolutionized the economy of Hawaii and the world. But the standard Ginaca machine is built for standard pineapples. For the Mega Gold, the factory uses the Titan-Ginaca, a custom-built, upscaled beast of a machine. The operation of the Titan-Ginaca is a marvel of mechanical synchronization. The giant pineapple enters the feed chain. Mechanical arms center it perfectly. In a split second, a high-speed rotating cylinder, a sharpened steel tube with a diameter of exactly 8 to 10 inches, shoots through the center of the fruit like a piston. This violent action performs 3 distinct cuts simultaneously. First, the rotating tube cuts the cylinder of prime fruit meat out of the shell, separating the skin. Second, a smaller internal tube punches out the hard, woody core from the center. Third, turret blades slice off the top crown and the bottom base. What emerges from the machine is a miracle of geometry. A perfect, solid yellow cylinder of fruit, smooth and skinless, looking like a massive gold ingot. The outer shell, with considerable meat still attached to it, is not wasted. It is diverted to a scraper or eradicator machine that scrapes the remaining flesh from the skin to produce crushed pineapple or juice. The dry skins and cores are then shredded and dried to produce pineapple bran, a high-energy cattle feed, or processed to extract bromelain, a valuable proteolytic enzyme used in meat tenderizers and anti-inflammatory medicine. The Titan-Ginaca processes 80 of these 20-pound monsters every minute. It is a violent, loud, and incredibly efficient separation of the prize from the husk. The golden cylinders of the Mega Gold pineapple, now free of their spiky armor and woody cores, slide down a sanitary chute onto the trimming table. They are glowing yellow, dripping with sweet, sticky juice. This is the only point in the high-speed line where human dexterity is still superior to robots. Workers clad in yellow aprons, gloves, and hairnets perform a rapid visual check. They are looking for eyes, the dark, seed-like remnants of the skin that the Ginaca machine might have missed. If left in, these hard bits would ruin the eating experience. Using small, curved knives, the trimmers surgically remove these blemishes in a blur of motion. The cylinder must be flawless before it meets the blade. Next, the cylinders move to the slicer. This machine features a row of razor-sharp rotary blades spaced perfectly apart. The spacing determines the cut: thick slices for grilling, thin slices for pizzas. The cylinder passes through the blades, and in an instant, it is transformed into a stack of perfect rings. Because the Mega Gold is so huge, these slices are enormous, far too wide for a standard tin can. While some are packed into institutional-sized #10 cans for hotels, most of these giant rings are destined to be cut further into chunks or tidbits. The rings pass through a grid of vertical knives that chop them into uniform wedges. These distinct yellow shapes fall into the volumetric filler. Empty metal cans race along magnetic rails, upside down at first to be rinsed with hot water, then flipped right side up. The pineapple chunks rain down into the cans. The machine vibrates the cans aggressively to settle the fruit, ensuring the correct net weight is achieved without crushing the bottom layer. But fruit in a can is not complete. It needs a liquid medium to survive. This brings us to the syruper. The cans pass under a waterfall of hot liquid. In the past, this was almost always heavy syrup, a thick mixture of water and corn syrup. Today, consumer tastes have shifted towards 100% pineapple juice or light syrup. For the premium Mega Gold, clarified pineapple juice is used. The liquid is heated to about 190 degrees Fahrenheit or 88 degrees Celsius before filling. This hot liquid serves two critical purposes in physics and biology. First, it sweetens and flavors the fruit. Second, and more importantly, it displaces the air inside the can. Oxygen is the enemy of preservation. It causes oxidation, or browning, and feeds aerobic bacteria. The filled cans, now steaming hot, enter the exhaust box or steam flow closer. This is the moment of sealing. Just milliseconds before the metal lid is placed on the can, a jet of superheated steam is injected into the headspace, the small gap at the top. The lid is immediately double-seamed onto the can body, a mechanical folding process that interlocks the metal of the lid and the can body to create a hermetic seal. As the steam trapped inside the sealed can cools down, it condenses back into water. Since water takes up less space than steam, this creates a partial vacuum inside. The vacuum sucks the lid down, the safety button, and ensures that the environment inside is oxygen-free. But the process isn't safe yet. The can is sealed, but the fruit inside might still contain microscopic yeast or mold spores. The cans must be sterilized. They enter the continuous rotary cooker. This is a massive pressurized steam tunnel that looks like a submarine. The cans enter through a rotary valve and spiral through the chamber for a specific time. The temperature inside reaches over 112 degrees Fahrenheit or 100 degrees Celsius. This cooks the fruit slightly, but more importantly, it achieves commercial sterility. It kills any potential microorganisms that could cause spoilage or illness. However, heat is a double-edged sword. If the cans stay hot for too long, the pineapple will overcook, turn mushy, and turn brown, a defect known as stack burn. To prevent this, the cooking process must be stopped instantly. The hot cans roll directly out of the cooker and plunge into the cooling canal. This is a long trough filled with chlorinated cold water. The thermal shock stops the cooking process immediately. The cans emerge dripping wet and cool to the touch, about 100 degrees Fahrenheit, just warm enough to evaporate the remaining water droplets so the can doesn't rust. Finally, the finishing touches. High-speed labeling machines apply the colorful paper labels using hot glue. Inkjet printers blast a code onto the bottom of the can, the date, the time, and the specific line it was produced on. This traceability allows the factory to track a single can back to the specific field where the pineapples were grown. Robotic palletizers stack the cans onto wooden skids, wrapping them in plastic film for stability. Forklifts rush the pallets to the warehouse, where they will sit for a quarantine period of a few days to ensure the seals are holding before being shipped globally. From a spiky, dangerous plant harvested by hand in the tropical sun to a neat stackable cylinder of golden sweetness, the processing of the Mega Gold pineapple is a triumph of industrial engineering. It creates a product that defies the seasons, allowing anyone, anywhere, to taste the tropics simply by pulling a tab.